Virgil van Dijk is the best defender in the world. End of discussion. If you don't believe it, just pause this video and take a good look at this picture. That's all it takes to see how special our number 4 really is. Every single penny we paid Southampton for Big Virg was worth it. And let's not forget, another club spent even more on Harry Maguire. We all know how that turned out. Honestly, it's crazy how our captain is getting criticism from his own country, to the point where Arne Slot had to step in and address it in his latest presser. But here's the thing, you only realise what you have once it's gone. And sadly, we might be facing that reality sooner than we'd like. For one reason or another, Virgil van Dijk is heading into the final months of his contract. And yet, there's still no clear sign that the club plans to extend his stay. If there's even the slightest chance they're considering letting our captain's contract run out, then this video is a simple attempt to change their minds, because that would be a massive mistake. So let's break down exactly why Virgil van Dijk is crucial to Slot's project, and why replacing him would be nearly impossible. By now, we all have a solid understanding of how the Reds are trying to play under Arne Slot this season. Minimize chaos, control games, and pick the right moments to hurt the opposition. We do this in several ways, whether it's circulating the ball at the back to bait the opposition's press, or sustaining pressure in the final third by shifting play from side to side and threading players through. This is the kind of control Arne Slot has always valued. And guess what? The entire system is built on Van Dijk's presence at the back. So let's break it down piece by piece and show you just how crucial Virgil van Dijk really is. First up, ball circulation at the back, and how we use it to bait the press. When you compare him to other centre-backs across Europe's top 5 leagues, Big Virgil is simply untouchable in terms of passing stats. Short, medium, or long passes, you name it, he ranks in the elite percentiles across the board. This is absolutely crucial to the way we build from the back. It might look effortless when you watch him circulate possession, but it's the little details that set him apart. Like passing into space ahead of the receiver, or playing to their strong foot. These small margins make a huge difference, and Van Dijk excels at exploiting them. And just like he excels at giving the ball, he's also more than comfortable to receive it. So far this season, Virgil averages 64.62 passes received per game, putting him in the top 7% of centre-backs across Europe. That tells you everything you need to know about his confidence in taking the ball, whether he's under pressure or has space to dictate the build-up phase. But that's not all. When Van Dijk is on the ball, he doesn't just recycle possession, he reads the game like a master. He knows exactly when to play it safe to draw in the opposition's press, and when to slice through their lines with a pinpoint pass. And when it comes to breaking lines, no defender does it better than Virgil. Our captain averages 6.44 passes into the final third, and 4.84 progressive passes per game, ranking him in the elite percentiles yet again. Just take a quick look at how he stacks up in Premier League passing metrics. He's right at the top. Oh, and if that's not enough, he also leads all centre-backs in dribble success rate. You can put any so-called ball-playing centre-back on the table, and they still wouldn't come close to Van Dijk's ability on the ball. Lisandro Martinez, Levi Colwill, Neko Schlotterbeck, whoever you want, they're all top defenders, but they've still got levels to climb before reaching Virgil's standard. The man is so composed in possession that you could bet your house on him not making a mistake. And how could we forget those signature switches to wide areas with both feet too? No matter how much football we've watched, we've never seen anyone execute those passes as cleanly and consistently as Van Dijk. And guess what? The numbers back it up. Big Virg ranks in the 85th percentile for switches. Now, remember how we mentioned that Van Dijk doesn't just help us build from the back, but also plays a massive role in sustaining pressure in the final third? Just take a look at his touch map from this season. This video is sponsored by Clothing. Clothing is a Liverpool clothing site owned by match-going fans. Each design is limited edition and is perfect to wear on a match day, on the terraces at Anfield, down your local, or cozy in the comfort of your own home. As stated, each design is limited edition, and if a product is showing out of stock, they will not be restocking the item, so if you have your eye on something, grab it fast. Lastly, Clothing wants fellow Reds to be 100% satisfied with their orders, so if there is a reason you're not happy, they will refund you with no questions asked. Head over to clothing.com or down into the link in the description to get all of your Liverpool merchandise. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Seriously, how many other centre-backs are this involved in the opposition's half? His calmness and technical quality in these advanced areas allow us to keep possession, manipulate the opposition's block, and create those crucial pockets of space for our midfielders and forwards to exploit. Van Dijk's exceptional ball-playing ability is just one part of what makes him a unicorn of a defender. At the end of the day, defenders are there to defend, right? And yet Van Dijk doesn't even need to go to ground to win the ball back. In fact, half the time, he doesn't even need to make physical contact to dispossess an opponent. It all comes down to his elite timing and spatial awareness. His positioning is nothing short of world class. You know how an owl is constantly turning its head, scanning its surroundings? That's exactly what Van Dijk does on the pitch. He's always aware of everything happening around him, which gives him an edge over his opponents, almost like he knows their next move before they even make it. This is why he ranks in the 85th percentile for interceptions. He's out there playing 3D chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. This intelligence and control at the back are exactly why teams we've faced in the Premier League this season average a defensive line height of 41.49, the third highest in the league. In simple terms, we're forcing most opponents deep into their own half, pinning them back as we sustain pressure, and Van Dijk is a massive reason why. Peaking of defensive line height, Liverpool now averages 47.75 meters, the fourth highest in the league. This allows us to keep relentless pressure on opponents, and let's be real, it wouldn't be possible without Van Dijk. Of course, Ibrahima Konate plays a key role too, sweeping up danger behind, but Virgil is the one controlling and organizing the entire defensive line. He's the anchor dictating how high we push up and ensuring our shape stays solid. This is also crucial to our high-pressing game. Van Dijk is completely comfortable in 1-versus-1 duels, holding his ground against elite forwards. At the same time, he knows exactly when to push up and support the press, cutting off passing lanes and stopping the opposition from playing out comfortably. His presence alone makes our aggressive approach possible. Now seriously, where else will you find a player like this? Comfortable on the ball, not restricted by angles, maneuvering under pressure, reading the game at an elite level, and on top of all that, a mentality monster. He's everything you'd ever want in a centre-back, and then some. Sure, the day will come when Big Virg leaves, it's inevitable. He's 33 years old now, so it's probably not too far away. But should it be this summer? Absolutely not. If that were to happen, it wouldn't just put massive pressure on the board to find a proper replacement, it would also put whoever we sign in an almost impossible position. Filling the boots of a club legend like Van Dijk, that's a tall order for anyone. And that's not even the worst part. We're already short on centre-backs. Think about it. We only have 4, and more importantly, just one who's naturally comfortable playing as a left-sided centre-back, Van Dijk himself. Now imagine letting Big Virg walk for free, weakening our defensive depth, and then spending millions on someone like Castello Luqueba, for example, who might find it overwhelming to step into that role. That's not rebuilding, that's self-destruction mode. This is exactly why Van Dijk's contract needs to be renewed soon. The smarter move would be to use the next window as a chance to bring in a young centre-back who's willing to spend a season learning from Virgil, adapting to the Premier League, and improving under his guidance. That way, when the time eventually comes, we actually have a proper successor. Of course, we don't have inside sources at the club. We're just like you. We don't know why Van Dijk still hasn't signed a new deal, especially when he seems more than willing to stay. Maybe the club has internal data suggesting signs of decline, which is making them hesitant. We have no clue, but based on his performances this season, there's absolutely no reason why Virgil should be leaving this summer. So, what do you guys think? Honestly, we don't know any Reds supporters who would be okay with letting Van Dijk go this summer, but if you somehow disagree and think our captain's time is up, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content.